All right, now let's move on to question 3. Question 3 says that Ray found 2 organisms in a park and concluded that they were both insects. His teacher told him that his conclusion was incorrect. Whenever they give you this kind of question, right, you need to see between organism A and organism B. So, organism A got how many legs?
6 legs.
Organism B?
8 legs.
So the characteristic of insect, right? Let's just write down some notes at the side. The characteristics of an insect would be 6 legs as well as 3 body parts. So when I look at this picture, I will know that organism B is not an insect because it has a total of 8 legs. So how are we supposed to write? Our answer would be all insects have 6 legs, just like organism A, but organism B has 8 legs. Hence, it is not an insect. How many body parts do you see for organism A?
3.
How many body parts do you see for organism B?
2.
Yeah, so the reason is also not correct for the body parts. So we say that all insects have 3 body parts, just like organism A. You need to make reference back to organism A. You cannot just say all insects got 3 body parts and then you leave it there. Because now you are trying to compare between organism A and organism B. So you need to make reference back to why the conclusion is wrong. So you need to say insects got 3 body parts just like A, but not in B. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Now, for question B, organism A and B have a hard outer covering. How does the hard outer covering help the organism? I think the question that we should ask ourselves is right. What is the benefit of having a hard outer covering? Is trying to protect from what? So this portion is more on the hard outer covering helps protect the organism's internal organ and prevents the internal organ from drying out. I mean, same thing, our skeleton will protect us so that we will not be experiencing any form of like the skeleton gives our body the shape so that it will protect our internal organ. Now, let's move on to question 4. Andy set up an aquarium with 3 fishes. The fishes were given food daily. Andy did not add or remove any fishes over 8 months. He counted the number of fishes in the aquarium at the end of every month and recorded the number in the table below. So when you are recording, you are taking down some form of data and information. So the number of fishes is actually your measured variable. You are trying to see how many fish is still in the tank. Now, I want you to see, right, what happened between January to May.
The number of fishes reproduce.
Okay, the number of fishes reproduce, as in like
Number of fishes increase.
the number of fishes increase because they reproduce. Having said that, from June to August, right, it kind of like decreased again. Now, at this stage, I need you to just write down this portion more and more, or you can just say it increases. Okay? And then on the other hand, for this portion, I want you to say it decreased. So, what did Andy observe about the number of fishes from January to May? Now, observe, right, is what you see. Whether do you happen to see the fish reproducing? I don't know. But at least from the table, using the information given, we are able to say that the number of fishes increase. So please do not write, living things can grow, living things can reproduce. These are the facts. But if I'm looking at this particular question, I need to see what I am observing from the data. From 3, 3, 3, 10, 15, the number went up. So I will need to say the number of fishes increase. After which, if they ask me for my explanation, then I go ahead and say that, oh, the number of fishes increased because the fishes reproduce. So the observation cannot be straight away the number of the fishes reproduce. No, make use of the data given in the table. Then you explain by saying that the fishes reproduce. Now let's move on to the next page. So Andy also observed that the number of fishes decreased from June onwards. Give a reason for the observation. Remember, from the beginning of the question, he did not add or remove any fishes over 8 months. That means there is no change in the number. Do you think, right, by the time you have 15 fish in the same tank, would that be a space problem?
Yes.
So already 3 plank is quite tight already. But imagine you have 15 of them, right? They are all fighting for spaces. So the reason that resulted in the number of fish being decreased, right, is, okay, this part that I want you to write down, right, is the extra points. So don't write on the answer space first. We can say that the tank, the water, food, and oxygen remain the same in the tank. But with an increase in the number of fishes, there will be increase. Okay, this part later I write in the answer space. For this portion, I just want you to make a note to say that the tank, the water, the food, and the oxygen remain the same. We are not going to add any more extra stuff inside. Then for my answer, I will say that with an increase in the number of fishes from January to May, the fishes competed for food and dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen because the oxygen is in the water. Okay, there might be insufficient food and oxygen for the fishes, causing the fish to die and decrease in number.